everybody. Welcome to the Captain's Quarters in Dallas, Pennsylvania. It's the Assist Sports Podcast with our weekly show. And all the fabulous fun and prizes. Well, I guess there's not prizes.
No.
At least not yet.
Not yet.
We got to get some sponsors first before we get to prizes. We can't be doing any of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Yes.
Buy stocks now. They are rising. Buy them now.
Yes. So, let's get right to it. Interesting week in sports. But locally, there's a big story in high school football, and that is the now apparently canceled Southern Columbia at Wyoming area game that was supposed to happen next week. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm glad we have this as number one of our starting five, which, first of all, we need to go over before we get into this. So number one, obviously, we're talking about the Southern Columbia Wyoming area game. Second of all, we're doing the NFL quick picks. Third of all, doing the top 25 college. Fourth is our high school. Five is our question of the day, which you'll find out in a minute. Now, back to number one. Southern Columbia Wyoming area. I think this is incredibly stupid. On the account that Southern Columbia traveled to South Carolina, but they can't travel to northeastern Pennsylvania. It's an hour away, but they're like, let's go to South Carolina, like a few states below us.
It's silly.
It's dumb, and I'm pretty sure I'm not guaranteeing that the reason is traveling, but if that's actually the reason, because that's what I've been hearing. Come on, you can travel to South Carolina, but you can't travel an hour north in the same state.
It's silly,
and you'll probably get better competition.
I think they've got a problem with the conference that they're in. I think what it is they have to have a certain number of games, and there's obviously if Southern Columbia, a really good team, travels to let's say Central Columbia or another team in the area. Obviously, a lot of fans are going to travel. They'll sell a lot more stuff at their stands, and so on and so forth. That's all fine and well. Here's the problem. You're now going to set it back up to two teams that are going to absolutely get blown out. Whoever Southern Columbia was going to play is going to get blown out, whoever it is. And now Wyoming area gets to destroy Holy Redeemer. And it's a sad.
Yeah.
Now, I did hear that there's a meeting tonight that they're going to talk about it further and they might allow, but I don't know. It's so stupid.
But let's just be honest.
It's so dumb.
If this actually goes through, and Southern Columbia does play Wyoming area. If this all goes through, let's just agree right now that the real winners of this entire deal would be Shekelemi, who Southern Columbia plays.
Yes.
They would get the real W.
Yeah, they would.
It doesn't matter about anything else, honestly. Shekelemi's just praying to whoever they believe in that Wyoming area, actually gets this game to happen.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I would be doing the same thing. I mean, if I'm Shekelemi, I'm pushing for Wyoming area to get this game. And if I'm also Holy Redeemer, I'm pushing to get this game.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
at least they have a chance then.
Because that means that they wouldn't have to get beat up.
Yeah.
Southern Columbia is one of the toughest teams out there.
Yeah.
They're number 2 in the entire state, I believe.
They are.
And that's all classes. That's all classes.
Yeah, there's probably only one team 6A that's ranked higher than I think St. Joseph's.
St. Joe's.
They do the same thing that Southern Columbia should do, honestly, leave their conference and just go independent and play all these other teams.
Yeah.
But let's move on because we'll beat that horse to death. Let's go on to the NFL quick picks, and seriously quick now. Tonight's game, Rams 3-1 at Seahawks 3-1. Who you got?
I'm not watching this game. I'm going to watch hockey, but...
yes, I agree.
I have the Rams in this game, but it's going to be a stupid game.
So do I. Falcons at Texans. Who you got?
Texans.
So do I. Texans. Bills at Titans. Bills. Bears at Raiders. Bears as well. Cardinals at the Bengals.
Cardinals.
So do I. I think they're better than 0-3-1. Seriously, I think they are. Vikings at the Giants. Who you got? Tough game.
The Giants.
Yeah, I have the Vikings. I think they're going to bounce back. I really do. Still no Saquon.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's okay. Patriots at the Redskins. Yeah, Patriots. Yeah, that's fine. Buccaneers at the Saints.
The Buccos.
Yeah, you got the Buccos. I got the Saints. Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I said the Saints. Why did I say the Saints? I think the Buccaneers are going to come back and beat the Saints.
You like the Buccaneers?
I like the Buccaneers.
Okay, I like the Saints.
They beat the Rams.
I like the Saints at home. Jets at the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, I've got the Eagles too, and this is my eliminator pick of the week. I'm undefeated in eliminator, by the way. Might as well throw that out there. Ravens at the Steelers.
You go first.
I've got the Ravens. I don't see any way we're beating them.
I like this I like the Wildcat thing we did on.
Yeah, so do the
They
Ravens.
brought down the Wildcat, so I like the Steelers.
So do the Ravens. They love the Wildcat.
Next week, we're not winning. But this week, I think we have a chance.
Yeah, I don't.
If we beat these guys in the North, is in reach.
I think our season's over after this game. If we lose, Jaguars at the Panthers.
Jags.
I have the Panthers. Broncos at the Chargers.
Chargers.
I have the Chargers as well. Packers at the Cowboys. Can both teams lose?
I hope.
Like, I wish both teams could lose here. I have the Cowboys. Who do you got?
The Packers.
Yeah, see, either way, but I want both to lose. Colts at the Chiefs on Sunday night.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs as well. And finally, Browns at the 49ers. Very intriguing game all of a sudden, but it's on the road in San Francisco. What do you got?
I get the Niners.
So do I. I think it could be an interesting game, though. I think it'd be close. It's going to be a 3 or 4 point game. So let's hop in real quick. There's 3 top 25 college games this week that we have teed up. First of all, number 14, Iowa at number 19, Michigan.
I've got Michigan winning this one.
Yeah, so do I. I was higher ranked. I've got Michigan by 10. And if you give me a moment.
I have Michigan by 13.
Yeah, Jason, who is not able to make it tonight, says Michigan by 11. Number 7, Auburn at number 10, Florida. What do you got?
This is a tough game for me. And it's mostly because both of these teams, based on what I've seen, I don't want to act like I've seen it all, but based on what I've seen from both of these teams, they kind of play similar. This is going to be a game that Auburn comes out of saying, we barely got out of this game. I got Auburn by like 2, maybe just go on a limb and say like 2 points.
I have Auburn. Yeah, I have Auburn by
fluke.
I have Auburn by 3 on the road. Jason says Auburn by 9 on the road. And our final top 25 college game of the week, 25, Michigan State at number 4, Ohio State. Yeah, Brian Pashinsky, I know who you're picking in this one, and so am I. I've got Ohio State big. I've got them by 28 points. Jason says Ohio State by 27, so we're pretty close there. What do you think?
I don't want to do this to my friends, but I got Ohio State in this one.
Yeah, I think it's a blowout. Unfortunately, I mean, you never know in these whenever Michigan or Michigan State plays Ohio State, you never know. It's like a funny thing. Not this time. Ohio State's going to blow them out. Okay, now we hop into the big part of the show. This is the part that everybody tunes in for. And I want to start things off a little bit differently this week before we hop into our picks. Last week, I made a bold pick and prediction, specifically bold prediction. And I said that Dunmore was going to beat Old Forge. And I said because Old Forge hadn't played many, they didn't have that tough of a schedule, and they hadn't played anybody of real caliber yet. So I'm wondering, how'd that work out? Well, I can tell you, here it is right here, as a matter of fact. Here's Dunmore lining up to kick the winning kick. Woohoo! And there's Dunmore with a 13-12 win on the road at Old Forge. Eat your heart out, Jason. Big celebration there. How about that? So anyways, called it. Just want to go out there and say, called it. It's too bad you didn't call in tonight. I could enjoy that a little bit more. But
wow, what a coincidence that you didn't call in tonight.
Oh, boy. No, I'm kidding. He's got important stuff going on, and that's all cool.
It's all good.
But I do have his picks, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our first game of the week. This is Hanover area at Northwest area. EJ, what do you got about that? What do you think?
This is the game where I think Northwest chokes. Okay. I have Hanover winning this game by 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to strongly disagree with you. Jason says Northwest by 14. They're playing at home.
I have them by 6.
I have Northwest by 24.
I have Hanover by 6.
Yeah, I don't
because I just watch. It's going to be Northwest comes out all big and buff at home, and then they're going to make mistakes. They looked a little shaky against Lehman. And then I don't even know who they played last week. But I know that they did
Last
not.
week they played Susquehanna and struggled.
I know that they struggled.
when?
Exactly. I know that they struggled.
Yeah, they did.
Hanover, it would be ironic if they lose to Hanover.
Yeah. It would be a little odd, I think.
Because I know that there was a thing last year where Northwest was playing Hanover, and I guess they mouthed off, and Hanover almost beat them, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be ironic if they actually lose this game. So let's go on to the next one, because I don't want to take too much time.
Yeah, we want to move on, because there's plenty of sports.
Game on.
I know, plenty of things that people want to watch tonight.
Yeah.
Including
like my
looks
boys.
like the Penguins, Pittsburgh Penguins are down early 1-0, but they're on the power play right now. So
yeah, my boys play the Bruins tonight.
All right. So Lake Lehman at Holy Redeemer. Not much to talk about in this game. Sorry. We watched Lehman last week.
Yeah.
They look pretty good.
They almost beat Wyoming area.
Holy Redeemer's terrible. I've got Lehman by 42 points. I think they're going to blow them out badly. What do you think?
I'm just going to go with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
better than what I was going to say.
Jason says Lehman by 40. Next game is Riverside at Mid-Valley. Riverside at Mid-Valley. Jason says Riverside by 12. I have Riverside in a tight game by 7. Riverside's been a little inconsistent. I think they need to start playing a little bit better because they've got a tough part of their schedule ahead of them. But I've got them by 7. Mid-Valley's not real good, but they're playing at home. What do you got?
Now, I was thinking about this game. I think this is a trap card. Everybody's going to want and say, Riverside's going to win this game. They're going to beat Mid-Valley. But no, they're not. Because Mid-Valley, for some odd reason, they play pretty good at home. They do. I'm not saying that it's like playing in Kansas City, but they play pretty good at home. And so I have Mid-Valley by 7 in this game. I think Riverside's going to lose again.
Okay.
They're going to be stuck really soon. They need to start getting it going. Riverside does. Vikings ain't going to do anything if they play the way they've been playing the past few weeks.
All right. Here is one of our couple games of the week here. There's some really there's probably 3 games that stand out that are real good games this week, and that is Wyoming area at Dunmore. What do you got?
All right. So Wyoming area last week, if we didn't already say it 3 times. Now what I've seen in this game, DeLuca, quarterback. All right, I got a chance. I caught up with him. I had a Twitter thing with him. We talked back and forth. He reminds me, if you will remember the quarterback I said, he reminds me of Deshaun Watson because he is really good in the pocket and he's mobile. But he did not show me that. He did not show me that on Friday. He got hurt twice and came back in both times, but he got hurt. He didn't move like he used to move.
Well, no offense to Wyoming area's coaching staff. Stop having him back to return punts and kicks. That's stupid. That's your quarterback. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Like, really, seriously.
Also,
get him out of there.
Also, shout out to Wyoming area student section for, even though that I was rooting against Lehman, you still threw trash at me, started yelling at me.
Yeah.
So grow up.
Yeah, you guys are trash. Sorry. That's
anyway,
I don't have any
but
other way.
Anyway, back to the game, because I don't want to get too far off topic. I have Dunmore winning this game by 3 points, just like my father probably does. Am I right? I think you said that, correct?
Jason has Wyoming area by 10. Jason, I just watched Wyoming area last week, and Dunmore, I think, is starting on the upswing. I think beating Old Forge last week, I think they caught them. And it's an odd opponent for Wyoming area to play Dunmore. And it's at home for Dunmore. So, I hate to say this, I've got Dunmore by 3. I know you have Wyoming area by 10. Yay. I have Dunmore by 3. I just have a feeling that Dunmore wins this game. Something funny about it, but what can I say? Tunkhannock at Crestwood. Both teams 4-2 now, strangely enough. So this is another one of these games of the week. There's a third one coming up very shortly. Tunkhannock at Crestwood. Tunkhannock does a lot of things well on both sides of the ball. They're improving a bit every week. Crestwood has impressed a bit over the last couple weeks. Won that tight game against Williamsport on the road, and they've done a few things, so it's going to be a challenge. But this is Crestwood's homecoming game. I like Crestwood to get on it a little bit early and use some speed to get past Tunkhannock. I have got Crestwood by 10. Jason says Crestwood by 6. What do you say?
Tunkhannock by 5.
Tunkhannock by 5. Yeah, it could. It's going to be a close game. It could swing either way. I just think Crestwood's got it. Nanticoke area at Dallas. Jason says Dallas by 27. I know what he would say. They're just too much for Nanticoke. Nanticoke's not a good team. I'm sorry. And it's our homecoming. I have Dallas by 35. EJ?
Nanticoke's terrible, okay? And today at gym class, I have most of the football team in my gym class, and I talked to a lot of them. And I talked specifically to Michael Lucas Savage, who carried us in the playoffs last year. Anyway, I was talking to him, and he and I both agreed that Nanticoke is absolutely terrible. I have Dallas winning 60-0.
Wow.
If we could beat Wilkes-Barre, a team that we have never seen before, the best of the best from all three of the major Wilkes-Barre schools, 35-7. We beat Pittston area. What was it? 42-0. We've beaten Crestwood. If Nanticoke's worse than all of them, we're putting 60 points on them. Do not come at me with your whatever. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. Nanticoke is terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be a blowout.
If their starters can't do anything, what is their secondaries going to do? They're not going to put their secondaries. And we'll probably beat them soundly with our secondaries.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. This is going to be last tune-up before the big game next week, the big one. Dallas at Valley View, which leads us right into our next game.
I'm drum major.
Which is a huge game up at the Lackawanna Valley Conference. Valley View 6-0 at 6-0 Western Wayne.
Oh, man.
What are your thoughts about this game?
Valley View and Western Wayne. So I was at Western Wayne last week, Wednesday, for this band thing. They got a neat little field up there. I don't remember it being up there, but it's been there for a while from what I hear.
Yeah, only one side of stands, though.
Yeah, Wallenpaupack has that, too.
Right, but like, wow.
It's pretty neat. And you know what? I'll tell you what. It's a pretty neat place up there. And I can only imagine how it gets on game days. The Wildcats are out there. They're ready to play. All the community comes out to watch Western Wayne. I talked to a few locals because I was actually getting ready to talk about Western Wayne for the podcast the next day. All the locals come out, and it's a fun time. It's a good atmosphere. I like it. Now, I've never been there to witness it, but that's just you know. So anyway, Valley View, good team, really good team,
really good.
Okay, Western Wayne, good team, home advantage, good atmosphere. Math here, statistically, say that Valley View is going to win. Western Wayne wins this game if they play tough. This is a tough decision for me. I think Valley View wins this game, but watch them lose a key player. Those farm boys up in Western Wayne, they're big boys.
Yeah.
I believe Jason said something about how they have a big D-line, and they have a lot of big players.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you right now.
I think they're just tough because of their environment, you know?
I hope. I don't like wishing, like, people getting hurt or nothing. But for next week, I have a feeling Western Wayne's going to ding up Valley View a little bit.
Could be.
They're going to come out of this game hurt.
Okay, what's your
So
prediction?
I
How many
have
points?
Valley View by like 10. Let's go
Okay.
10 because that's going to be a tough game.
Jason says Valley View by 12. I'm going to tell you, I think Valley View is just a little bit too much. I think it's going to be a tight game, just like they had last week with Berwick. And I have Valley View by 7. I just think it's another one of those games, like a 28-21 game. I think this might be a little bit more low scoring. But Boone at quarterback, you just don't know. You just don't know. I mean, he could click and they could win by more than that, but I think Valley View wins the game. I think it's going to be a struggle for a while, but I think Valley View pulls away maybe mid-third quarter and wins this game. West Scranton at Scranton. Jason said, and that's, by the way, they both play in the same stadium, so it's West Scranton and Scranton in their home stadium.
It's the Bell game.
Both of them. It's the Bell game. That's exactly right. And Jason says Scranton by 8. I say Scranton by 14. What do you got?
You both went Scranton?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the odd one out on this.
After
one.
Pittston beat the Invaders last week, they're done.
No, I think West Scranton's going to beat these guys.
Okay. By how many points?
By like 8.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe even 9.
Okay. All right. That's a very interesting pick. We'll see what happens.
I like West Scranton.
Hazelton at Berwick. Berwick a little ticked off after last week. Jason says Berwick by 18. Jay. More. A lot more. Berwick by 42. Okay. I think they're going to blow Hazelton out. Okay. It's at Berwick. I'm sorry. I think they're blowing them out. What do you got?
Hazelton's going to lose this game, but if you look on the bright side, at least they're not going to waste a lot of gas on their buses because they're kind of close.
It's true. They're kind of close.
So, yeah, no.
How many points?
This is funny. I laugh about it because Berwick is like really, really, really good. And Hazelton's not.
Yeah, they could have won that game last week at Valley View. They really could have.
I'll tell you what. Berwick, they're putting the hammer down.
Yep.
Just to pick it back up for Dallas because they're going to get smashed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Dallas better look out in a couple weeks.
But I'll tell you what,
Berwick's a ticked-off team. They thought they had Valley View beat up there and couldn't get it done.
Yeah, let's just go with it safe and say like 40-0 because
okay,
that's
all
over before it starts.
Yeah, this is a game here we just don't know a whole lot about. North Penn Mansfield at Montrose. Jason says Montrose by 3. Sorry, Jay. They got whooped by Carbondale last week, and none of us called that one.
How do you lose to Carbondale?
So I'm going to say North Penn Mansfield's going to come in and win by 14. What do you got?
All right, now I saw this on the thing because my dad types the games, right? He types the games and sends them to me, and I was like, ooh, North Penn Mansfield. Never heard of that team in my life. So I did some type stuff on the laptop, and I pulled it up, and I watched a few of the things. And they're not very good from what I've seen. So knowing that Montrose isn't very good, and North Penn's Mansfield's not very good. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not Carbondale bad, but they're bad. So, let's just go with this safe thing and say 10-0. Penn Mansfield.
Penn Mansfield, huh?
I don't know a lot about them from what I've seen though. They
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. Here is another one of these games of the week. This is a tough one. Lackawanna Trail at Old Forge.
I wanted to see this.
Yeah, so Lackawanna Trail.
I thought this was last week. I was going to go to
it. Lackawanna Trail beat Mid-Valley last week. And, of course, Old Forge in the game I showed you lost to Dunmore. So, Jason has Old Forge by 15. I think that's a little much, Jay. I have a tight game for Old Forge. Old Forge, I have them by field goal by 3 points. What do you got?
All right. So, this game to me was a toss-up. I was thinking, honestly, about throwing a coin up in the air and calling it. I had no clue what to do because these teams are exciting to watch, both of them. All right. And when you have two similar teams play each other, normally logic says that's going to be a tight game.
Well,
right?
These teams are familiar with each other, though.
Right. And they're familiar with each other,
Yes.
and they play the same way. Now, let's take math and logic out of the equation, and let's say Old Forge is going to win by 15, just like, what, did Jason say 15 as well? I think he said 15.
He said 15.
I'm saying 15 as well. I think
Okay.
Old Forge is winning this game,
All right.
Go Ravellos.
All right. Pittston at Williamsport. I've got Williamsport by 7. Pittston has shown a little bit that they're not very good and tough to travel on the road unless they take the page out of Crestwood's playbook, which they won't. They aren't going to have much. They're not going to win the game, but I do think it'll be close. I think Pittston shows a lot of heart, but I think Williamsport wins the game by 7. Jason has Williamsport by 6. What do you got? Quickly.
All right. Now, so Williamsport, remember when that stock market crashed and you lost all your money? This will be that game where you get it back because I don't think Piston's going to do much. Just whap them off like a bug, brush it off, keep going.
So in other words, it's the Trump economy, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So what do you? How many points?
It's going to be a 7-point game.
7-point game from Williamsport. Okay. Carbondale area at Lakeland. I don't care much that Carbondale won last week. Sorry, you played Montrose. They're terrible. And Lakeland is at home and looking for somebody to really, really beat up on. And I've got Lakeland by 17. I think it'll be a little closer because Carbondale's, maybe a little high after winning one last week. But Lakeland, Jason has Lakeland by 35 points, and I could easily see that happening too. What do you got, EJ?
Carbondale's going to be like that little nerd. I didn't even start talking.
I know.
Carbondale's going to be that little nerd that's surrounded by a bunch of jocks that play for the football team. Yeah. Sorry, Carbondale, but I hope you like paying for glasses because you're going to need a lot of new ones. Lakeland's winning this game by a ton, 28-35 points.
All right, right.
Carbondale's not good.
All right. Wallenpaupack at North Pocono. Wallenpaupack got a win over Valley West last week. And North Pocono lost to Scranton Prep. So kind of a try to bounce back game for North Pocono, but Wallenpaupack pretty good. Jason has Wallenpaupack by 6. Who do you got?
I like Paupack in this game. It's odd because North Pocono, honestly, I think this is not sponsored by ESPN. Wallenpaupack, I think, has this game. North Pocono, I think, should have beaten Scranton Prep, quite honestly. Now, that being said, Wallenpaupack, I think, is starting to get a feel for what's going on because they're slowly starting to play better. I like Wallenpaupack in this game. 6 points.
I have Wallenpaupack by 14. I think they bounced back in a decent way and they started to get some momentum behind them, which is a good thing. All right, 3 games to go. Abington Heights, fresh off of a win last week that I think all of us called.
Go
Unfortunately, they are at Delaware Valley, and Jason has Delaware Valley by 28, and that's funny because I have Delaware Valley by 28 at home. What do you got?
We're talking about the boys from Abington that are probably going to take a loss in this game.
Yeah. I think
That's
so too.
really sad.
Yeah, Delaware Valley's
because they
good.
work so hard, and now they have to go to Delaware Valley, and it's like throwing the Cardinals to telling the Cardinals to play the Patriots. You can't. They work so hard, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna win," and then somebody's just gonna be like that, and it's just gonna be. Is going to be like, oh, well, I now have to restart rebuilding my Lego castle because my jerk brother kicked it over. So, yeah, no, this is going to be a Delaware Valley win by 28, 35-ish points, just around in that area.
All right. Wyoming Valley West at Wilkes-Barre area.
Oh, I like this.
This could be a budding rivalry here. We have to see what happens in this game. Jason says Wilkes-Barre by 11. And that's pretty decent. I have Wilkes-Barre by 14. Valley West not good and really banged up. And Wilkes-Barre did a few things, even though Dallas, who was just really good this year, beat Wilkes-Barre pretty soundly. The second half, they really contained us. They did a lot better in the second half. So I like Wilkes-Barre in this game by 14. I think this is the beginning of what could be a really, really good rivalry. And I saw in the paper today where the gym walls and some other walls are up at the Wilkes-Barre Area New High School. So can't wait for that to get built and everything to happen and just things to move forward.
And hopefully a better stadium where I don't get stung by 3 hornets when training the drumline for the show.
Nice. Yeah, it was kind of a weird day Saturday night. Man, that was weird. Anyways, what do you got?
First of all, Valley West. If you don't stop being jerks, you're going to have a lot more rivalries than just Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre wins this game. I honestly hope they win this game. Go Wilkes-Barre. Woo. 14 points for me.
14 points. Well, we're down to our last game, and it's a funny thing because I don't see that Jason picked it.
Oh, you take that L on the record.
I guess there's going to be a loss here.
I'm going to take that L on the record.
Yeah, because I have Honesdale at Scranton Prep. And the cool thing about this one is, guess where this game's being played? You know where it's being played?
Huh.
It's being played up at PNC Field. So there's 2 games at PNC.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's 2 games at PNC Field this week. There's one Friday night and there's one Saturday evening. This is the game.
Why?
Honesdale at Scranton Prep. It's really great and all. Scranton Prep's going to win big.
Why?
I have them by 20 points in this game. I don't think it'll be too close. I think Scranton Prep's starting to get a little bit of momentum.
Why are they going to do that if they don't have AstroTurf anymore?
I don't know that it really matters. They have the field turf, and it's nice. It's a cool thing. Big stadium. It's good for the kids. I like it.
It's a good idea, but hey, that's really dumb now.
I know. No, it's not real dumb. It's cool.
I'm not a fan of that.
They're getting to it. No, they're getting to it.
Not a fan of that.
So what do you got?
Oh, yeah, no. Preppy. Better not sleep on this game because I have you winning. I got Prep winning this game by 13 points.
13 points. Okay.
Don't sleep because Honesdale's going to be that team that if you are like, we don't have to try, they're going to win.
Yeah.
So please don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Wake up already. We picked you a couple times this year to let us down. All right, so that's our week 7 high school football picks. Mark them down. And we're down to the end of our starting 5 here. Well, a lot of great stuff happening in sports right now.
Yeah, like
what's the most exciting thing about sports at this moment for you? And then I'll answer and I'll close us out.
Something that's about to happen at 8:30 p.m. My boys are playing the Bruins tonight, and that means that the Stars get to start hockey again, and I get to watch my favorite player, Tyler Seguin, play hockey.
Yeah, I agree, and I love the start of the NHL season. NBA season's a couple weeks away. They're close.
I don't care about them until the Sonics happen.
I know that, but just listen to me now. That means college basketball is very close as well.
I like that.
Okay. NFL, we're finally over like the beginning part of the season. You kind of know what teams are at this point, and what they're going to be. So that's good. College football, the same way. You know, you've got a couple games in, you know what you're going to be. But I'm going to give, aside from NHL, my second favorite thing of this time of year, aside from the football, because I just can't, I mean, it's always here. When we live in an area where football is so prominent. Hey, baseball playoffs are on right now.
Oh, yeah, the A's,
so
man.
Some really, really good stuff. The A's got smoked.
They got smoked.
They got smoked.
I was little blanks last night.
It's going to be an interesting playoff season, although I think that the Astros walk away with this thing. Sorry, Dodgers and Yankees, and anybody else, to be honest with you. Got the Astros winning it all. Too tough with Verlander and Cole at the top of the rotation, and everybody, the guys, the Astros just hit. They're great. So
the Twins.
Sorry,
the Twins.
The Twins ain't getting past the Yankees. I'm sorry. So, anyways, really enjoyed bringing the show to you tonight. I wanted to give a shout out again to my other favorite podcast. That's the Pod Guys podcast on Monday nights at 10 o'clock. That's my boys Tony Cass and Will Carey and Tom D and some other occasional guests. And love it. Guys are hilarious, and we appreciate what you do, and thank you for everything. And we want to say that you can feel free to reach out to us anytime. Our videos will be posted on the Facebook Live. You'll be able to see that when this is done.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave your comments. Also, you can reach us by email at assistsportspodcast@gmail.com. And you can also watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can leave your comments there. This weekend, watch for an NHL season preview. It's going to be like a brief one, but we're going to work on trying to get a special guest if he's available.
Yeah. Hockey's my sport. I can talk a lot more about hockey than anything.
Oh, boy.
So, prepare for that because I'm
No, we're going to do a brief season preview, and then we'll have a little bit more to talk about during the week here. So it's good. Maybe we'll do a quick cast on another night during the week about hockey. So if you're a hockey fan, make sure to tune in and watch, and we'll be doing some more stuff, and we're going to follow these baseball players as they keep going too. So thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
And we appreciate y'all. Keep those cards and letters coming, as my dad used to say. And peace out. Make sure you get out, even though it's going to be freezing cold tomorrow night. Make sure you get out and see a game.
Special thing tomorrow night, I'm going to interview one of the other Dallas players. Special homecoming edition.
Awesome. And
may or may not be Jack Farrell, may or may not be Lenny Kelly. Not sure, but they both agreed to it. So, yes.
Great stuff. And it's my homecoming and my 30th high school class reunions on Saturday. So how about that?
It's my junior year homecoming.
It's crazy already. So, so I'm looking forward to seeing some people tomorrow night. So be sure to stop by down at the band. We'll be down there. We'll be up at Mountaineer Stadium tomorrow night, freezing our tails off and watching Dallas roll over Nanticoke. So everybody have a great one, and we will see you soon.